Hey, everybody, and we're back with another episode of What's Your Love Story. And my special guest today is my handsome nephew, KJ. Welcome to the studios. Yes, we're going to have all the fireworks and all that, all of that in the background once it airs. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I would love to come on the podcast.
I'm so glad because you're so cool now. So I don't I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know about all that, but I heard a lot of people doing the podcast. I was like, might as well make my appearance right quick.
Yes, make your presence known.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're making your presence known to the people.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, I already told everybody this is my nephew KJ. This is the super producer's son. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Then we're gonna get this thing going.
Well, my full name is Carlin Christopher Hunter. Obviously named after the beautiful, great super producer.
Yes.
As you guys are calling him out here nowadays. 19 will be 20 this year. Single and currently working. Not in school right now, just currently working out there, trying to get that money.
Come on.
Trying to get that money.
Trying to get it and getting it.
Yeah, and getting
it.
Nah,
getting
it. Gotta
yes.
get it.
All right, so are you choosing to be single?
I guess you could say that. I'm more of on the line of not really searching for anybody at the current moment. I'm just kind of like, if it comes to me, it comes to me. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay.
I'm on that mind state right now.
I feel you. I feel you on that.
Are we on the same? Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely on the same. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Nothing like the single life.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but then if you were searching, what would be your ideal mate? What would she look like?
What would she look like? Well, okay. As a man, you always get this question. No matter if it's from other women, other men, the guys or whatever. Every time I say this answer to people, they're like, that's a cop out. You can't say that's a cop out. Like, nah, I really don't have a specific
that's
type,
a cop
as
out.
they say. Like, I really don't.
Okay.
I guess you could say well, if you want to start with, my track record, I guess you could say, as bad as that sounds. My first girlfriend was white.
Okay.
My next one was Hispanic.
Okay.
And then the last girl I was talking to was a black girl.
Okay.
So I literally have just been,
So what is it? What is that? The Rainbow Coalition? Is that what it's called?
We getting all shades of the color.
Hey, come
all
on.
Shades.
We
all
do
shades.
not discriminate
Don't
over here in the
discriminate
Hunter
over
family.
here.
We do not.
Nah, not
okay.
at all.
Well, hey, that's awesome. So you're saying that you don't have a type, so to speak. Yeah. But was there a type in those three? Was there something that somebody, if anyone saw them, they'd be like, yeah, that's KJ's type.
I'd probably say just the go-getter attitude.
Okay.
For the most part. Maybe not. Well, we'll say the go-getter attitude.
Okay.
Because that's what I feel like I'm more leaning towards nowadays, is that I'm not really messing with a whole lot of tomfoolery. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I don't know.
Even at 19, you know this.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just never been the type to sit there and play games, especially social media games that a lot of people be playing nowadays. That is my pet peeve with the strong passion.
Okay.
I hate playing those games.
Okay.
Because first of all, I'm bad at the game. I'm bad at that game. Specifically that one, I'm bad at it. But I don't know. I don't like playing social media games.
That's
I got
so
it.
Weird. I understand. I totally understand. Okay. So I appreciate that. The one thing I enjoy about this young man, and I'm not saying it just because he's family and he's my nephew, but you will get some little gems. He doesn't talk a lot. He's an observer, which is something that I appreciate. But when he speaks, the gems come through. So, Carl, I'm going to say this. When I say gems, I want gems to be floating in the air. Gems
There's a couple,
to be floating, even if it's little maybe sparks. It might be hard to find gems.
A little explosion.
Maybe sparks and explosions because every time, you usually sit back and you're just kind of just observing the scene. But then when you do speak, it's like, did he just, man, that was, wow. So that's one thing I had to interject that has nothing to do with love, but I just had to interject that. So a lot of people well, one of my favorite questions is, and I always get caught up on it, but one of my favorite questions to ask people with your parents' relationship.
Mm.
Of course, I know your parents,
Yeah.
but with their relationship, did that have anything to do with your feelings and views on love or marriage or relationships? I mean, I know you were young when a lot of things were happening, but like just looking back, thinking on it, what were your views in conjunction with their relationship?
Well, now that you say that, I mean, I'll say I haven't put much thought into it.
Okay.
But if I were to just like take the question out, it is like right now, I'm not too sure actually.
Okay.
Like you said, I was very young
Yeah.
when all that stuff happened with mom and dad. So like I was the sheltered one of all the kids that they have. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't tell me nothing. I didn't find none of this stuff out later until I was like in high school. Like I was like, I just didn't buy. I was like, okay, they're not gonna tell me. Ain't no point in asking, and they not gonna tell me regardless. So
yeah, because you definitely had three sisters that kind of shielded you from everything.
Yeah, exactly. 3 older sisters.
Yes. KJ is the baby, by the way.
Yeah, I am. But I'll say it like this. I've seen my dad and my mom in various types of relationships.
Okay.
Some working well, some not. And I don't know. I think I have a different outlook on how I see at least my future partner.
Okay.
As in like I don't know. I guess you could say like I'm kind of more mature than my crowd, even though how like, weird as it sounds.
It doesn't sound weird at all.
It sounds weird when I say it out loud. it sounds a little weird when I say it out loud. Okay. But like I don't know. I just kind of have a more mature look on like at least my future partners, women.
Yeah.
I'm not that way, but but yeah, that's how I see it.
Okay, so with you saying that you're more mature than your crowd, not necessarily friends, but the crowd, because most 19-year-olds, they're not thinking like you're thinking. Most of them are playing the social media games that you say that you're not good at playing.
Yeah, I'm not good at playing.
So with that being said, when you are thinking about a relationship or wanting to get into a relationship, what does that look like? So it's like, are you going in with the hope of a marriage? Mm-hmm. Or are you going in with the hope of, I mean, I know no one goes in thinking, okay, well, we're going to break up in 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's thinking like that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, again, because you're not the normal 19-year-old, your thinking already seems to be, broad. So you're not going into a relationship thinking fun and games.
Yeah. I see more. Okay, when I go into a relationship, it's more of the experiences I can have with a person, I guess you could say, because those are the things that you're gonna look back on and look fond upon in retrospect.
Right.
So like if let's say I met this girl and I go on like 2 or 3 dates with her and she's cool, but we're not really doing nothing. She like to chill at the house all day, not doing much. We could go and I don't know. Me, I'm a spontaneous person sometimes.
Okay.
So sometimes I just like going walks, drives, and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
So like, I just want to just go do other stuff sometimes and sit in the house. I don't mind sitting in the house. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Half the time, that is what I want to do. But at the same time, if we're not doing nothing in the house, then I don't know. I can't do it. Okay. But yeah, so.
So then, what's an ideal date? Since you said you like to be spontaneous at times.
Yeah.
So what's an ideal date for you? If you had to plan a date.
If I had to plan a date, most likely we're going to be painting of some sort. Probably some type of like picnic painting like session. That's probably like, I don't know. I feel like that's always one.
Not what I was expecting, ladies and gentlemen. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because
I love that.
One is very cheap, guys. Take notes. This is a cheap idea.
I told y'all gems.
Gems. This is a cheap idea, all right? You ain't got nothing. Like, say you got $20.
Come on, KJ.
$20, and that's all you got. All you got to do. Dollar store, Dollar General. They always got all the paint supplies that you need.
You're right. They do.
Boom. Now, you going to the dollar store, so max you gonna spend like $5-10 on that stuff, maybe a little, like maybe 12. Then you go back to the house. Say you got whatever you can grab, picnic stuff, sandwiches, all that type of stuff, and then you go. Well, I guess while you're at the dollar store, you can get drinks out of there too, but you go out and get a different type of drink that you don't get, in your local store. So it seems like you went out your way. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole process to it. It's a whole process to it.
Well, you know what? Hey, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
Because the girl is gonna look at it as, you know what, you put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah.
And to a degree you did.
Yeah.
You did, because you had to think of what paint supplies to get,
Yeah.
and what to paint on, whether it was going to be a poster board or do they have the little canvases? I don't know if they have the canvases.
They have like the small ones.
The small ones?
Yeah. They're not really good, but that's not the point.
It's really not.
It's for the painting.
It's for the experience. I love it. You know what? So are you familiar with love languages?
I'm not.
Okay. So
wait, I'm a little bit. I've heard of them. I don't know exactly.
Okay, so the love languages there are 5 of them. So it's words of affirmation, acts of kindness, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. So which one would you say you
are? One more time for me. I'd say quality time, but let me hear all of them one more time.
Words of affirmation, acts of kindness, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch.
I say quality time or words of affirmation.
Okay.
Sometimes, I don't know. I like to say that sometimes you don't have to tell me, you love me and all that type. I don't need hugs all the time. Right. But sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And sometimes in those moments when you have those deep talks, sometimes you need those.
You do.
You know what I'm saying?
You do.
But for the most part, I say quality time. That'll be around me. If I can be around you all day, that's fine.
I am great with that.
You know what I'm saying? If I can be around you, that's really all you need.
Yeah. That's it, KJ. I love it. All right. So is it important for your family to like your mate?
Yes. It is very important.
Okay.
One, I grew up with and it always goes back to this. I'll say, okay, my bad. No, sorry, super producer. I'll sit up. It all goes back to this. I am in a family full of women.
You are.
You cannot just bring any woman around a family full of women, because she is going to get talked about. She will get talked about. In her face sometimes, depending who it is.
Ooh.
In her face sometimes she will get talked about. And that's like, honestly, that's why like a lot of my sisters haven't met like a lot of my girlfriends. Like my sister probably met one of them. Like my closest in age sister's probably met one. She's been on the podcast before, so check her episode out whenever that's coming out.
Come on, Alyssa. Well, all of them have been up here now. But yes, I know. Yeah, Alyssa is who you're talking about.
Yes. But yeah, that's why most of them ain't never met my girlfriends. Cause I'm like, can I bring? God, let me think about this for a second.
So she's the only one that has met one?
Yeah.
Did she talk about her?
Not much. Not after we broke up.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
I mean, maybe that's all. Maybe it's all in my head, but I
don't. You don't know for certain because you've never done it.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm an observer. I've seen how it's gone from the other end. You know what I'm saying? Like I know from other people perspective that they're gonna get talked about.
I think we're gonna be so excited that you actually brought somebody around that we won't say a word because we want you to bring them around.
That's
so I don't know. I could be lying, but anyway, do you believe in love at first sight?
I don't. I believe you can like somebody at first sight, as in like
you like what you see,
like what you see. Yeah, exactly, like what you see, physically attracted to somebody, because that. Let's be honest, that's how most relationships start.
Touche.
So
gems, people, gems.
But love at first, you gotta. I'm not gonna judge anybody.
Like, what did you do to make somebody fall in love with you at first sight?
At first sight, that's crazy.
That's kind of deep.
Well, I ain't gonna say crazy, but that's.
I mean, it could be.
It's a little.
Your opinion.
It's out there. Let's say
it's a little.
It's out there.
It is out there. It is out there. So okay. Wow. Okay. So I want to know. Oh, okay. Sorry. So what has being single taught you? I think that's a good question.
Oh, wow. What has single
Yeah, what has being
being
single
single
taught
taught
you?
me?
Versus, of course, like versus being in a relationship, but
Mhm.
being single, what has it taught you?
Um, value your personal time as much as possible. I say that in the best, like, nicest way possible.
Right.
Not trying to say, like, not that your mate will get on your nerves or nothing like
Right.
that. I mean, they will, but you
Of
know what I'm
course they
saying?
will.
But what I'm saying is, like, once you have that personal time when you're by yourself and you can do, like, whatever you want without, like, anybody either behind you or, just you in your
Yeah.
own zone,
Yeah,
in your own
yeah.
space with the music on or whatever.
That's right.
I think that time is, like, that's when you get the most work done. That's when you have, at least me, that's when I have my deepest, like, retrospectives in my
Got
own
you.
head, I guess you could say.
Got you.
In my own deepest thought.
Yeah, but I think it's important though in a relationship to have your personal time as well.
Mhm.
That's very important because even though I like to be when I'm in a relationship, I like to be in my mate's skin,
Mhm.
but it's also important to have that separate time so
Mhm.
that you can miss each other.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. So yeah, so having personal time just to value it is what you're saying is the what's being single has taught you.
Mhm.
That's pretty dope though. So then when you do come together with someone, then you appreciate
Mhm.
that time as well as
Yeah.
the time with the person that you're with. So that's dope. That's dope. So is it more of I know you said right now you're not really looking, but is it because there's a lack of interest or a lack of look as far as a relationship?
Mhm.
You're not looking per se, but is it a lack of interest or you just eh,
Uh, I'd say probably like a 50-50.
okay.
I'd say once I got out of high school, it kind of like interest did dip a little,
Okay.
but like, okay, let me put this.
Come on.
Let me say it.
Come on. I feel a gym coming on.
It's not a gym. I'm gonna tell you one thing, just one thing about myself.
Okay.
I am bad when sensing, like, when a girl's trying to, like, get at me. I will tell you this one story specifically when me and dad went to go
Ooh.
get my new phone at AT&T or whatever it was. And there was this girl there, like, she was handling, like, the whole business or whatever. And I'm just like, whole time I'm sitting there like I'm just ready to get my phone because I've had this phone for like years, like it's cracked up, like I'm not even paying attention to this girl at all sometimes, or like the whole time. And so, like, we do all that whole time she's talking to me. I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, that's my new phone. Yeah. Oh, where I go? Oh yeah, I go to Reagan High School. All that. She's asking my whole life story in that
To
agency.
you.
Yeah. But yeah. And by the time, okay, so afterwards we get done, I get my phone and whatnot. Me and him are walking back, and he's like, she was trying to hit at you the whole time, right? I'm just like, she was? Was she? He was like, yes. I'm like, Dad, I wasn't even paying attention. Like, I was not paying attention at all. Like, so sometimes, like, I've had other situations like that, but at the same time, there's also been situations where I'm just not feeling the. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not feeling a relationship.
Okay.
If that makes sense. I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking for it, and I'm not like, I don't know. The harder you look for it, sometimes that's how you draw.
Come on.
That's how you get the crazies.
I agree. I'm gonna go back to the fact that where you don't see it, the apple definitely does not fall far from the tree. It does not. Your dad is oblivious. back in his single days, and I'm gonna tell this story, and this will probably end the first episode, but I'm gonna tell this story. So, me, your dad, your auntie Fenice, we go out to eat, okay, and it's this waitress, and she is on your dad, like she's not even talking to me and Auntie Fanice.
Yeah.
She's looking at him asking for our orders. Like, this is how bad it gets.
Yeah.
And he's not paying any attention to her. And he was like, oh yeah, I'd like blah, 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 blah. And then by the time everything is over, she leaves. Auntie Fanice and I are looking at him like,
blew it. Are you good?
so much so we got, I think we got 3 meals. We only paid for 1.
Dang, Dad, I'm like that. Sheesh.
We didn't pay for no drinks.
Dang.
And he was oblivious. This happened twice. I was like, so when you said that, immediately I looked at your dad because I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
Nah, that's funny. Yeah, man.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. So that definitely does not fall far from the tree. But anyway, so we're gonna end it on that note. So we're gonna do episode 2. Okay, you coming back?
I'm coming back.
All right, guys. So we'll be right back.
Hanging. It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
I guess not. It's all right. I'll walk off. I'll go now.
So sorry.